What's up guys, and welcome back to another video and to the start of a new series on the channel. So today I'm bringing you guys the F1 Road to Esports, and this is a series I'm going to be doing hopefully over the next 6 or 8 months to see effectively whether I can make it to the 2019 F1 Esports Series. Now currently we've got the 2018 series going on and there are a lot of very good drivers, and myself right now I am probably the most average driver that you're going to come across, but yeah, this goal you may be thinking very unrealistic, you know, to be setting myself that. But two positives of it: one, it's a good goal to aim for, and two, it just brings a good title, doesn't it? So I can't just title it Road to trying to make it to as close to esports as possible. I've got to call it the Road to Esports. I've got to aim high. But anyway, obviously I'm part of an esports team, Veloce, as a content creator, so I thought it'd be really good to use my platform to see how I can progress as a very average driver with a bit of practice online, in time trials, etc. I'll explain that all in a minute, but yeah, to see how I can use my resources to try and just improve as a driver, really. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. Hopefully I'll be bringing you guys about 2 videos a week. It's going to be quite a lot of variation in this series as well, and yeah, I'll explain exactly what is going to be involved. So I'm going to try and do a little bit of variation. The sort of staple 2 things in the series are going to be online races and time trials. So online races are probably the best thing that you can do to sort of pit your wits against similar-minded people. Because if I can't beat people online, then I'm not going to, you know, beat other people to get to esports. So, you know, you've got to be doing that. I've got to race wheel to wheel, see whether I can not get punted off at turn 1, and hopefully get a few clean races in. So yeah, that's really going to be the benchmark. And I'm going to do an online race in today's video just to see where we are currently at. Now, time trials is another thing which really is a good representation of how quick I am on raw pace. Now, time trials don't represent, obviously, race pace, it's just a one-off lap, but if I want to get there, I'm going to have to be pretty quick over 1 lap. So again, in today's video, as well as doing 1 online race, I'm going to jump into time trial and see how high up I can get in the leaderboards. And then in future videos, we're going to try and improve those times by dissecting our lap, comparing it with other people, and yeah, just seeing how we can improve. Now, as well as these 2 things, there's going to be other videos as well in this series. For example, I'm going to try and race some current esports drivers. So, being part of my esports team, Veloce, we've got the likes of the Flying Finn, Veloce Limitless, who of course I did an interview with last week. Check that out if you haven't already. We've got Formula Danny, who is 2nd in the standings, I believe, for F1 Esports currently, which is crazy. And we've got a number of other drivers as well. So yeah, hopefully I can be racing some of them in the next few weeks, months, and what have you. And yeah, see how much faster they actually are than us. As well as those 3 things, we are going to do some driving schools. So for example, I still race with the racing line on, and that's a bit embarrassing, really. So in the next couple of episodes, probably pretty soon, I'm going to try and ditch that. And also I want to do some league racing, so even if it's just joining some AOR socials, I'd like to do that and see exactly where we are. Obviously, if you guys have got any more suggestions, don't forget to leave them down below, and I'll make sure to do them in future episodes. So in a moment, we are going to get into our first online race of the series, but we're also going to be documenting everything that we do in this series. So it's a little bit of a diary, really, a little bit of a journey with me to see exactly how terrible I am now and how brilliant I'm going to be. Probably not in 6 months' time, but we can hope. So yeah, as you can see on this side, I'm going to document all of my online races, how many races we've done at each track, how many wins, podiums we've had, all that sort of stuff. And we're also going to do the same for the time trials. So we're going to put our best time for each track as soon as we progress through them, and yeah, put a little ranking alongside them as well to see where we come in the world. And I think the target is going to be to try and at least get in the top 100 for each track, which sounds relatively easy, but for myself at the moment, it's just not. It's just not. Now today I am in full esports mode. I've got my Veloce top on, but you know what? It's a little bit hot in here. It's a little bit hot. Oh wait, we've got another one as well. Now, if you guys do like the look of these sort of jacket and t-shirt combination, you can actually find them and buy them yourselves on the Veloce team store. So if you do want to do that, I'll leave a link down below because they're just so nice. They look so good. So as I mentioned in today's video, we're going to start off by just jumping in to an online race and then do a time trial around just a track which I haven't decided yet afterwards. But yeah, looking forward to this and seeing ourselves get taken out of the first corner because I really enjoy that. I wonder whether the ranked lobbies are still really broken. I'm going to search for a session and I'm sure I won't end up joining because it'll probably glitch out. So unsurprisingly, ranked lobbies don't work, so we have to jump into an unranked one. Fortunately though, it's Spa, a track which I really like. We've got 17 players. This is going to be carnage. This is it then, no joking around, very serious. I'm an esports driver now. I'm sure I'll be cracking out some terrible jokes come turn 1, but away we go for the first race in this series. We were in P6 for all of about 3 seconds, and we're braking now. Apparently we got a warning for a collision that didn't happen, and we have been ran out of road very easily. Now we've got to learn how to deal with these drivers. Oh, this is going to be a long series, but somehow we're still facing the right way. We're in P9, P8 actually now, and there's players spinning everywhere. This is going to teach us how to drive in this series. Now there's 2 cars side by side up ahead. That can't last for long. Surely they'll take each other out before this lap is over. And before we know it, we'll be up in P3 surely. We are gaining on this guy whose name I can't pronounce, but quite significant. The gap has closed. We did not just do that. That's esports driver me pretty much. And that guy has just cut the track, so he's almost certainly got a penalty. He's also taken out the other guy. This just sums up online on F1, doesn't it? I do not want to go side by side with this maniac through Eau Rouge. We may have to. No, I'm just going to lift off because he just is going to take us out, let's be honest. And we've got yellow flags anyway, so we can't overtake him. He's just going to take us out. He is just going to take us out. It's a matter of time. Yeah, it's... Oh, okay, right, we've put him in the wall. I'll take that. And I only got a warning, not a penalty, so that's worked out quite well. I love how within about 5 minutes of me saying that this series is called The Road to Esports, in literally our first race, we've encountered a guy who we've had to put in the wall to try and avoid, you know, him putting us in the wall. That it's not the sort of thing you see in the usual esports series, but I liken this part of the series a little bit like in football. You've got to go through Sunday League to get to the Premier League. You know, you've got your big 40-year-old bloke who's slide tackling you into next week, and you've got to deal with that if you're a Sunday League footballer. And for me, if you want to be an esports driver, you've got to deal with people trying to put you in the wall. So I think that was quite a good analogy, actually. Oh, we got a penalty for corner cutting, right? We are going to have to cut that out. Pardon the pun, but we are going to have to cut that out of our game. I'm just such a corner cutter, but it's got to stop. It's got to stop. Fortunately, we are about 3 years ahead of the next person behind us, so that penalty shouldn't prove too much of an issue. So the guy ahead of us has just set a 1:45.8. Let's see what we can do. We'll just ride on board with ourselves for a lap. I'll try and commentate, so it's not going to be the greatest lap, but just to see how terrible we are at this game. So we're going to go into overtake ERS now as we go up Eau Rouge. Try and take this racing line as much as possible. It's a lot easier to get up Eau Rouge on a wheel compared to a pad, which is what I've been doing in previous years and previous games, which isn't fun. But anyway, we've got to try and manage our ERS as good as possible as we get a lovely little screen freeze there. But we are actually purple through Sector 1. Now this is the corner where I keep getting done for corner cutting, so we've had to go very wide through there. But the two are battling ahead. Now I think it's probably a little bit too late to put on a charge. But this has been a very tidy lap so far. We're very wide through there, so there's one section where we're losing time. But we're going to go into the high ERS deployment and try and brave it out through Puan. One shift down, and here we go through the next part of the track for the corner, which I can't remember what its name is. I think it's Paul Frere or something like that. That might be the next one. I don't really know. Either way, we're coming towards the end of the lap now, into the final sector, and we'll be able to see whether we're still purple. No, we are not. That middle sector was terrible from ourselves. But still, we're going to go into overtake and rich mix. We haven't got much ERS left, actually, so we'll stick it down to medium. But now, as we come through Blanchimont, I think the two have actually taken each other out ahead. No, they haven't. Surely we can't get a win. Oh my god, we're actually leading. We are leading. Right, let's keep our nerve. Of course, we've got a 2-second penalty as well. So we're probably still not going to win this race. But the scenes if we do. The scenes if we do. I think we're going to do it. We're going to do it. The two behind have literally, like, taken body parts off each other by the looks of it. Because we now have quite a significant lead. Boys, we're already an esports driver. I don't know why I'm even doing this series. Here we go then, coming through Blanchimont and towards the bus stop chicane. I can't actually believe that we're going to win our first race of this series. They say start as you mean to go on. I think this is very much the meaning of that as we get mad wheel spin through the final corner. But we are going to win our first race of the series. Brilliant stuff. We got very lucky. We also punted someone into a wall, got a penalty. But apart from that, we're pretty much ready to go straight into esports. So before we end today's video, I'm going to go into time trial now. So you can see on the leaderboard, I don't think we've set a time around here. Yeah, so we're going to do it around Hockenheim, a circuit which I haven't set a time at. And as you can see, we've got a few of the esports drivers in here. We've got Alvaro, we've got Patrick. Probably quite a few more as we scroll down. So there's some good people that have set times on here. And our aim is going to be to try and get in the top 100 eventually. But we're just going to set the one lap today. And then in the next video, I'm going to compare my lap with the lap of one of the esports drivers. I'm going to go on YouTube and try and find one of their laps. And then we're just going to do a little side-by-side comparison. Dissect it, see where we can gain time. And hopefully, it can help you guys improve as well. In terms of a setup, we're actually going to load the setup from Alvaro Carreton, who I believe is driving for Williams in this esports series. So we're going to load his setup. I'm not sure whether we can actually see it or not. No, we can't. So I think we have to unlock it or something. But anyway, we're going to load his setup and hopefully it's actually decent. So due to being incredibly concentrated on actually setting a half-decent lap, I didn't do any commentary over my time trial. So I'm going to do a post-commentary. Let me know down below whether you want me to do that for all laps. Maybe a mixture between the two. That could be a good compromise as well. But getting into our best lap that we did around Hockenheim, at least in this episode, we're currently sat in about 900th place in the world. And we've gone through turn 1. We now break into turn 2. And we're about a 1/10 of a second up on our best time. So it's looking alright at the moment. Yeah, 0.127 seconds up as we head through the Parabolica and towards the hairpin at turn 6. Relatively tidy lap so far. And as we head towards the hairpin, I actually found that clipping that inside apex wasn't the quickest way to take it. I don't think we fully optimised that line, so that's definitely a point that we can look at. And now as we come towards the Mercedes grandstand at turn 8, I like that corner. I took that pretty well, but I went a little bit deep, which then sort of narrows the next corner at turn 10. Before we end sector 2. And yeah, you can see we did lose a bit of time there. We were in fact identical on our previous best time. Now as we go through the Sachs curve at turn 12 and towards this final section of corners where we were constantly extending the track, we just about keep it within the track limits and don't quite actually push it all the way on the exit, but still we are 2/10 up on our previous best time, a 1:11.1, which puts us in 670th place in the world. Now as you can see from the best lap times, our second sector was quite a bit off. So there's definitely time to gain there, and there is time to literally gain everywhere, and hopefully we can put that right in the next episode. Right, so that just about caps off the first episode of the Road to Esports. Hopefully it's a long series, and if you guys have enjoyed it, do make sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts below, and yeah, I'll see you next time when we're going to try and beat that Hockenheim time. I'm sure it won't be difficult because I'm not that good at the moment, but join me to see whether we can do it next time. I'll catch you guys then. Take care. Bye-bye.